Okay, so what is on everyone's mind and what am I going to do today? Because there is something very big we need to do and I'm sure you all know about it. But before we do that, it is the question that a lot of you are probably wondering. The one that is on your mind, the one that is keeping you up at night. How many emeralds can we get from trading all of the string that has been building up in these chests? Now, I will actually admit that we've already started. And you're probably thinking, fraud, cheat. And look, here's some of the emeralds I've already built up. There we go, those 5 there. I'm not counting these 59 blocks of emerald because they already were in there, but these ones are completely fresh from trading. And you're probably thinking, well, why didn't you start this episode right at the start? Well, I did, but I just didn't realize I wasn't recording. So I've already taken like this much string and a bit more from like the hoppers because look how quickly the hoppers fill up. It's already back to full because above there is the water stream, and I'm guessing that's just got a shit ton of string that's built up within that stream. So at the moment, I am just trying to trade as much of this string off as possible. I'm predicting it's going to be like 5 stacks of emerald blocks we managed to get from all this trading. That's my prediction. Oh, and for anyone wondering, because I get asked this question a lot about how to do this sort of trading, this rapid fire trading, all you do is hold down shift, click the trade you want, still holding down shift, left click on the emerald, spacebar, left click, spacebar, left click, spacebar, left click, spacebar. That's all you do. I mean, you don't even have to press down shift if you don't want to. You can just left click on the trade and then left click. The only difference is if you do hit shift, it just goes straight into your inventory. So for instance, that's what you do with shift, and this is what happens when you don't do shift. It's in your hand. Now that still goes in your inventory anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. You can do it either way. Okay, so I've got 11 string left in my hotbar, and every one of these chests is now empty. All of the hoppers are empty. Every single one of them have emptied. And I turned the duper back off because I thought, I can't be bothered to actually try and race against the duper, try and out-trade the duper. But now that we have done it, I might as well turn it back on. And yes, it still works. That's good. And you know what? I'm going to chuck this into here. Apparently, if I press Control and Q, yeah, it drops the whole stack. Off it goes. My prediction was 5 emerald blocks, or 5 stacks of emerald blocks. And discounting the 59, you can see we've got almost 9 stacks of emerald blocks. That is insane. 9 stacks of emerald blocks. That's incredible. We're going to be able to afford anything and everything in this world. I'm telling you, I am the main character. Now, I also want to go up to the surface because, let me see, it's night 38 was when I could go up to the surface. That was when my next restriction was lifted and I'll be able to go up onto the surface at night. Day 122 is what it is now. So that's not particularly great. However, I don't think I'm actually going to collect anything from the surface. I think what I'm actually going to do, or what I'm planning to do, is just run around placing torches, is what I'm thinking about, because I don't like mobs and I think they shouldn't exist if I'm up there. So what I'm thinking is I just spend all of my time up the top placing torches. My thinking is, even though it is kind of cool to grab resources from up here, I mean, it's tremendously cool, I think I would benefit more from just lighting the place up and grabbing, just making it as safe as possible for future trips, because although I want to come up here like quickly grab cows and sheep, which is what I did last time, but then mobs started to spawn, and I think it's going to take more than one trip, right? It's going to take several trips to get things what I want from up here, especially because I don't actually really know what's around in this in the world. So I think if I do make it as safe as possible, future trips, at least for this surrounding area, I'm going to be able to just grab, I'm going to be able to explore in safety. Okay, the sun is rising, but as you can see, that's not the sunlight touching that, that's just all my torches. That's a job well done, I think. But I do have to go back now because the sun is rising. That UV radiation is not going to do me any good. Right, one more thing. Now we've got all these emeralds, what I am going to do is go over to our weaponsmith and see if we can level him up. 1, 2... Oh, right, I'm short one. Iron. Right, let's get him to the next level. 2 of them, and he should... Where's that sword? Give me that sword, give me that sword, give me that sword. There it is. Unbreaking 2 sword. That's mine. Right, we do have some gold, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put in this gold into smelt. Alright, we've got 4. That should be fine. Now I'm going to make some gold boots, which bang, oh, Yeah. There we go, we've got gold boots. And you know what this means? It means we can head to the Nether. Now, I have actually been considering not going to the Nether. Or I have been considering putting a restriction on the Nether. Oh, for fuck's sake. Simple reason is because I put a restriction on going to the surface because it is an underground cave only challenge, and my first thought was putting a restriction on this. I am definitely making this Nether portal way too big. I don't care. But I thought to myself, why shouldn't I go to the Nether, right? A lot of people seem to agree that maybe we shouldn't put a restriction on the Nether. It was something I did ask you guys, and about 90% of you said, don't put a restriction on the Nether, just play it how you want. I don't think there should be a restriction, because, like, you know, it is supposed to be the underworld, it is supposed to be underground, I suppose, technically, because this has got a bedrock ceiling, so I suppose you're not actually going onto the surface at all. And then some people have suggested I put a restriction on it, maybe have some sort of condition I have to meet before going, but I think realistically I have thought about it myself, and I think actually I'm just going to use the Nether as and when I like, because this world is going to be huge, or at least that's the plan. I plan to make this world huge. I don't plan to just leave it at like 10, 15, 20 episodes. I just plan to keep going until I get bored of it, and even then I'll probably just keep going. It's just as a regular series on the channel, because I'm enjoying it. I would like to transform a world into something super special. And I feel like a lot of series on a lot of people's channels don't really go the distance, and I've been guilty of that myself, and I still plan to continue some of my big series. Like, I am going to plan still to do the Terraria days. People have been asking me about that, 200 days. Where's Terraria 200 days? Don't worry, I still am planning to do it. And the melons, yes, I'm still planning to do that. Don't worry. But I thought I'd actually like to have a more regular series I put out, and something that can go the distance, and we do some really crazy stuff within this world that doesn't take like a month or two to make. And that's where this series come in. And you know, if I am going to be making this huge world, really, I want to be using the Nether, because Nether travel just makes traveling between different parts of the overworld so much easier. Even if that, whoa, okay, this is what I like to see. Damn, this is a warped forest. We don't normally end up in this sort of environment. Okay. No, I will take it. What have we got? Warped roots. I wonder, if I mine that, what does it come out as? Do I have to have silk touch for this? I have to have silk touch, don't I? It's just netherrack until I... Oh, whoa. Where did that come from? That literally just came out of nowhere. Where are we at? We are at Y50, so I'm not even that low in this world. There is a lot of lava though. Yeah, so as I was saying, I do want to use this world to do some really cool things. I don't want to just have this be a few episodes and just leave it at that until I get bored. I want to just keep progressing. And if I'm gonna have to... Oh, it's actually quite nice. I can instant mine. I've just realised. What have we got on our pick? We've got efficiency 2 pick, and I can instant mine. That's pretty cool. I'm thinking though, if I am going to stay in this world long term, and if I am going to do this huge crazy project, it's probably best I allow myself to use the Nether as and when I like. The end, on the other hand, is a bit of a different story. I can put a restriction on going to the end. I could see myself doing that more than the Nether for sure. I think if I am going to put a restriction, it probably would be the end. But even then, I'm still undecided. A lot of people think, you know, well, I say a lot of people, it is split 50-50 when it comes to the end. There are people who are saying, no, just enjoy your time in the world. It doesn't matter as long as you play the majority of your world underground. And if you find the stronghold underground, then we have no problem with you using the end. And I think that's a fair enough thing, you know, because finding a stronghold underground, not going to the surface to find it, is going to be a pain. However, I can also understand the people who are saying, I think you should put a restriction on it just to stop it from getting out of hand. So you can't just go over there willy-nilly, because this is supposed to be an underground only world, and if you're just going to go to the end as and when you like, then maybe it's not completely fair. But then I suppose people can just play with the restrictions they like. I'm not exactly going to be setting up bases or anything in the end. The only thing I might do, if I do use the end, is set up farms there. Not farms I can set up in the underground. Any farm I can set up in the underground I probably won't do. But, ooh, Oh, we just found a nether fortress. That's quite nice. That's a good find. That is that main character luck I've been talking about. Never mentioned that on camera at all. But I'm just going to pretend I've mentioned it. Yeah, so that main character luck I've always been talking about. Yep, I've got that. Okay, so I've got to find a way up here now. That is really good, and it's a really big one as well. So I'm hoping there's a blaze... I was going to say blaze fortress. A blaze farm? Not even a blaze farm, a blaze spawner. We're really... Oh, look at that. I've got a terrible fortress advancement. What I'm thinking about doing, though, is just... oh, crikey. Just exploring the place and getting some good loot. But no, what I'm... There's blazes there as well. I think... Oh, fuck. And there's blazes there. I think realistically, though... Oh, wow. I just fell in here. And I fell straight into a place I wanted to. Okay, well... Before I continue... I will just continue with what I'm saying. We'll have to see, yeah. When it comes to the end, I'm not going to be setting up any farms that I can't set up in the underground, because that is what this world is supposed to be about. But I might, you know, I am planning to go to the end in this series. I just don't know whether or not we will have restrictions, because I do want shulker boxes for sure. They are going to be massively helpful for us. I do want to get beacon blocks, right, for killing the wither, and I normally set up one of them in the end, though yeah, I don't need to do that. Maybe I should fight him underground. And of course I would like to get the elytra, which a lot of people, well I say a lot of people, a couple of people have said, why would you want the elytra if you're underground? You know, there are some large caves underground, and I could make some very, very large tunnels in which I could fly around. Plus the nether, right? The elytra is always useful, that's what I say. Anyway, we are going to explore this nether fortress, and the first stop is definitely getting this soul sand and nether wart. That is something that's high on my agenda, because that means we're going to do some potion brewing. And that's actually the main reason why I came here. So the fact that we've already done that is, yeah, that's big. Look at that, there's a crimson forest over there as well. That's cool. So I've got not only access to the crimson forest, but the warped forest not that far away from where we spawned. Well, I say not that far away from where we spawned. We spawned directly in a warped forest. There's two really useful biomes. We've got a blaze. We got a blaze rod. We got our first blaze rod. Okay, we got that. We got a second blaze rod. There we go, there's two blaze rods now. So that means we can not only start to make potions, but also make the brewing stand. I don't want to get too close to the edge there. Now I just need to find a magma cube. Diamonds. I'll take a couple of diamonds and a gold ingot. That's unfortunate. But we did get some more diamonds and some gold again. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to harvest a lot of this stuff. The more we harvest, the more we can actually... more nether wart we can plant, and the more nether wart we can plant, it's good for us. Now I've just got to find my nether portal. Ah, there's a basalt delta biome there as well. That's kind of... There's a basalt delta biome there. This is good. I need a magma cube. Right. We're going looking for some magma cubes. Got to be some around here. This seems kind of dangerous. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do something different. I think my portal is over there, because that's... I'm pretty sure that's my bridge. In which case, I need to get across over to there. The best way to do that is build a bridge. There it is. I can see it. There it is in the background. What a lovely sight. Alright, we're going to head back. We're going to head back and pretend this place... I say pretend it doesn't exist. I don't know why I need to pretend it doesn't exist. Nicely done. I'll be completely real with you. I don't actually want to spend any more time than necessary in the nether at the moment. I just don't... I don't feel comfortable. I mean, yeah, I can definitely survive and... thrive, I would say, but honestly I would feel a lot more comfortable having fire resistance potions on hand and just better armor. Like at the moment I've got completely unenchanted... Well, actually no, that's technically not true. It is enchanted, but it's enchantments I don't want. I've got fire protection, but I still feel kind of bare, kind of naked, and it's not something I like. So I'm just going to gather some of this stuff. What's it called? Warped wart block. What a name. Warped wart blocks. So I'm just going to gather some warped wart blocks. That's a tongue twister. And then I'll probably try and decorate our portal a little bit back at base, because as I said, I'm trying Trying to be more decorative. Oh, I feel like I'm just going to walk off somewhere. But first, I think I should remove all of these blocks, and then I'm going to replace them with the warped warp block. I might just call it WWB. I think that'd be easier. Okay, so once I've got rid of all this, I'm going to replace it with the WWB. I'll go out 3 blocks in all directions. And what I like to do is I like to have sort of tentacles run through the flooring just to make it look like it's sort of spreading out. Okay, so I've ran out of this WWB, so now I'm going to have to head back in. I'm going to have to grab some more. I don't think I need that much more, maybe a couple more stacks, I think. Should be enough. Oh, fuck, I shouldn't have jumped over that. I thought I had it. I think we're done. That is our nether portal. It's not the most amazing nether portal I've ever seen, and probably you've ever seen. However, it does what we want it to do. It basically shows us that this is a nether portal. I mean, even if it didn't have that, you could see it's a nether portal. I mean, it's bloody clear it's a nether portal. Look at that big purple door there with swirling around. But it looks better than a normal nether portal, I think. Or it looks good for what I normally do. I never normally make a melon portal. The only sort of custom melon portal I've done is my melon portal within my melon world, where I just put a melon frame around the whole thing. But you know what? I kind of like it. It doesn't look too bad. And I sort of wanted it so it's spreading out into the world. You know, it's sort of infecting it in a way. You know, to be fair, that's about as good as I'm going to do at the moment at this stage of my building progress. Like I said, I think if I am going to make improvements to this, I'll just make it over time, because at the moment I can't really think of many improvements, because I just don't normally build that much. Like I'm not an aesthetic builder at all. I just build for practicality, and even then it's normally just a square or rectangle box I put things in. But this, you know, I can actually get behind this. I'm kind of happy with this. Not the best, I know, there are better things out there, but maybe I should actually, you know what, I think if I just swapped out some of those blocks, those WWB blocks, with some other greeny blue blocks, but the only thing is I don't really have access to other greeny blue blocks. Maybe if I had like terracotta, maybe I could do that, or concrete, but you know, that's for another time. Or wool, cyan wool would probably be good. That would be a good texture as well. I think it would fit with it. But anyway, that's it for me. I know it's a short episode, or not a short episode. I know I haven't done loads in this episode, but I did enough. I went to the Nether, I made some more progress, and for me, a step of progress in the right direction is a step of progress in the right direction. And I think that's a good way to approach Minecraft and life in general, to be fair. And then now that we have been to the Nether, the game's going to open up even more, because I've got some more stuff I want to do next episode. Probably make a Nether warp farm. Would I make a Nether warp farm? I'm going to have to get to work carving out a big area for that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see. I normally just go with whatever I fancy. Alright. Okay. Bye.